Now, in a game as big as Skyblock, even though it's the school year, there are various ways and reasons people are interested in money, whether it's to buy a new armor set, or to simply get their new Hyperion or whatever they're grinding for. Coins have become one of the biggest focuses in the game of Skyblock. So now today, we're going to be focusing on how to obtain said coins, mainly through the methods that I detail within this video. Now, the methods we're going to focus on are auction flipping, and we're going to start off the video by beginning with some of them. So, let's begin, I guess. So, obviously, we're gonna be back at the auction house today. I'm not sure if I went over this last time, but, I mean, there's some really good flips out there. Now, this one is also related to mining, if I remember correctly, and it's jungle pickaxes. So, if I look at jungle, you'll see 570k. If I auction and ending soon, basically, what happens is that sometimes some items, you cannot auction them simply because of the fact that they have enchantments in them. Which is exactly why, when you go look at all these picks, there's no enchantments on them. And boy, oh boy, just look at these. None of them have enchantments if you haven't ever noticed. And that's because you can't auction them with enchantments. So, yeah, now as I mentioned earlier with these jungle pickaxes, basically how you get the money out of them is basically, firstly, you go look at lowest bin, you go to uncommon, and then you go look at the bin. Now, then you go look at ending soon. Now, basically what you want to do is you want to get a hold of one of these. Wow, why is there compact on that one? I do not know. Basically, look at this. So, if you can, you want to strip every enchantment you can off this. Telekinesis, efficiency, all of that. And then you can sell it back on the auction house for about 680k. There's a lot of items out there, probably that I don't really know of. My co-op brought this to my attention, so that might be why I don't really understand. In addition to this, we can also go over here and also go flip other stuff. For example, bones over here are also a pretty nice flip almost every single day. So typically, overload 5 bones are always underpriced. Like over here, they're a bit underpriced. They're 16 million coins each per overload 5 bone. So what I'm thinking is, what if I were to snipe all these? Even though I know that it's just another trick. So obviously there's no more nice items to snipe here. But as I mentioned earlier, and I'll mention again, you can always go here and snipe other items like these. But I don't think any of these are worth it at the moment. So vicious, right? There we go. So basically, another place you might want to look is always in the vicious section. There's a vicious 5 aspect of the dragon for 1.1 million, and that's vicious 5. I just made, how much was that? Like 30 mil off a single second of work. Now, if you look at the date from earlier, it didn't take me that long to look. Now, vicious is another place you should typically look in any kind of scenario. I might actually buy these items because of the fact of how cheap they are. Vicious 5 is, if I remember correctly, a lot more expensive. So, Vicious 5, Vicious 5. There we go. Now, my aim is to sell these for like 20 million each. That's like, and how much did we just make right there? Cost me practically nothing. So I want to auction this for like 15 mil. 13 days, because I want to hit 13 days here too, because this is a lot more expensive and people are less likely to buy it. Now, in addition, I also want to list these things up. We're going to go back to Counter-Strike because it's another one of those things. Because right now, I still don't know how much I want to sell it for. So we're going to go to Vicious 5, and then we're going to go look again, double check. That's how much we can put this up for mil. Same goes. We want to list for 13 days. Since it's really going to be expensive to relist. About 240k to simply relist. Not even counting the time on the thing. And this one would be 20 mil because it has no fuming. So there we go. From that, when they do sell, I should be making about 25 million or something. You can also snipe and resell Vicious 5 bones. They're really nice profit. Now, obviously, since auction flipping won't be a 100% sustainable money making method, we're gonna have to go to other places like the Bazzar. Now, at the Bazzar, what we want to do is we want to go into it. We want to go check the prices. As we can see, there's a massive spike in the prices today. Now, before we go into more mining strategies like last time, we wanted to first take a quick look. Now, Devon's alloys, look at this, 1.14 mil, 1.1353 mil. That's our sell price because, I mean, that's a free 200k. Here in the helmets, I could probably find a 5-star for pretty cheap, but also here, because as we can see, we could just buy one of these if you could snipe one somehow. Now, for some reason, due to the talisman nerf, there's been a bit of market instability. So because of that, we're gonna be taking a quick detour, looking at stuff here. 6.5 for a speed artifact. Wow. That's a steal. Because that's a free $1 million coin profit. So we're gonna list that for like 7.8 mil. Because of the price of the recom and all. Now obviously there's only so many auction house strategies I can go over before I start running out of things that I understand how to teach. So we're gonna move on to bigger and easier things that we can teach. So have catalysts, which has also caused me to wonder how much money could I make by buying catalysts. Now, catalysts are made by crafting crystal fragments together with end stone. So my question is, what happens if I just start buying them off the AH in an uncompetitive environment like this? So we can see 200k, 200k, and then we're gonna go look at this 500k. That's not worth it. But over here, I just gained about 80k worth of profit from buying that. Now we're at 100k. So far we've sniped 6 for 60. 300 and then 370. So far we spent 370 to acquire these. And then if I were to insta buy some end stone, and then I were to go craft some, so I took about 370k to get this. And then if I go here and then I go look at buy order, and then I insta sell, I already made 200k right off the bat. Now I know a lot of people struggle to do this, which is why I was like, what if I taught some people to help them out a bit? So there we go. Hopefully people can make some money off that. So I'm going to be ending the video right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed or are able to find some use out of this. I want to do a quick dirt to Hyperion, so I'm going to go back to recording that. So hopefully you guys are all having a good day, and I hope to see you another time. So bye.